and welcome back to another video. It's me, Krashy, again, and today I have been proposed to do a video similar to the Ashes, so shout out to Ashes. I'll probably link his in the description below just as well to show him some support. As you can see by the title, this is going to be my Gears of War 4 wish list, and the challenge for me on this video is I want to keep it positive, I want to keep it constructive, I want to keep it real, I don't want to just rant and be upset. So I have 21 things on my list. I didn't want to cut it down because I really want to talk about all the things I want, and there are a couple on here that are very unlikely, but I figured I'd add them because it could be something cool to either discuss or to talk about, or to even maybe pass along for future development. So whether that be Gears 4, Gears 5, or whatever else is coming in the future. So it could be cool. So I have them in no particular order. Obviously the ones at the top are probably going to be some hot topic ones because those are the ones that come to mind first when I was building my list. But in any case, let's get into it. So these are going to be my top, or not even top, these are just going to be my 21 wish list items for Gears of War 4 for future development, for changes, stuff like that. So implementations and such. So number one, and I tried to use the best verbiage for some of these so it really gave you an idea of exactly what I mean by that. And with that said, I used number one is ranked mode redesign. And a redesign is the proper word because I don't think they can just fix the ranked mode. I don't think ranked mode is broken. I just don't think it's designed properly. I think the actual development of it needs to kind of take a step back and use its core value, what it's trying to achieve, and redesign that. So that requires some new programming, some new development entirely. So with that said, I want it to be elo based. I want there to be leaderboards, and I want there to be full transparency. So what I mean by that is essentially you would be given an elo or an MMR standing for matchmaking rating, and that number would be a physical number that you can see, and based on whatever factors they decide, whether it be individual performance, whether it be just win or loss, however they decide to do it, when your game is over, you will see that number go up or you will see that number go down. And so that is the full transparency part of it. Essentially, you are given a value, and that value is your rank. Yeah, that value, like 1200 to 1300, or let's say 1200 or 1000. Here, I'm going to make this simple. 1000 to 1500 is silver 1. So whenever you go up or you go down, it will also depend what range, where you end up on the, the actual icons for diamond, silver, gold, blah, 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 blah. So full transparency, and then there's leaderboards for rank just in general. Like, that's something we definitely need. We want to be able to say, like, hey, I'm at this elo. I know I'm in, diamond 2, or I'm in diamond. Let me go look at the leaderboards and see exactly who's above me. Maybe, Strangulate's above me. Maybe, Ashes and me have been competing, and we're both trying to, break into diamond or something. So you can see something like that. So that was a pretty elaborate number one. So number two, quitter penalty. It needs to be an incremental time ban and also negative elo. So you can see that I'm kind of playing into that first implementation that I want. I would love to see incremental time bans. So every time you quit out, it gives you a time ban. If you do it again, it increases and increases and increases. And that's really, really important to me. And I also want it to be a negative elo, a negative hit to your ranking. So if you're quitting and you don't want to be in that game, you're pissed off, whatever, well, then you have to reap, the negative effects that go along with it. So pretty simple. Number three, improved matchmaking. Now, I put this on here because matchmaking as a whole, even though, like I said, the ranking system really isn't even existent, it really doesn't do much, I would love to see them make an elo-based rank system and then have improved matchmaking where it takes an average of all the people in the game, and then it tries to get as close to an even number on both sides. So Team A, or the COG team, has an average elo of 3,000. And then the Locust team or the Swarm team has an average elo, you take all 5, add them up, divide them by 5, average elo of 3,100. And this is something you see very similar to Overwatch, essentially. So pretty awesome. Number four, and pretty simply said, one weapon tuning for the whole game. I want everyone to know what the guns do, how to do it, and I want them to be able to play all the playlists. I want the community to come together. I don't want there to be any kind of weapon tuning divide. So again, pretty simple. Number five, this one is a personal preference, really. I want to see esports team packs. So it's awesome that we got some esports teams, Lancers, but I want to see a full pack that comes with Lancer, Nasher, Snub, Character, and Emblem. I think it could be really cool. They could work with the teams or the organization to see, hey, like, which character do you want to have, an Optic Gaming skin? Maybe they want an Optic Gaming Swarm or both. I don't know, Optic Gaming JD or something. I think it could be really cool. or even give options. I don't know. I really don't know how it would work, but I think that'd definitely be better than just selling a single weapon. So yeah, that's my thought. Number 6, improved pricing on microtransactions. Simply put, and I've stated in the past, I think the microtransactions are very overpriced. I would love to see either the value of them go up, which would also pretty much be the same thing as improving the prices. So either bring the prices down or increase what the value is, how much you get, how often you get it, decrease duplicates, stuff like that. So number 7, and I've made a video on this as well, I want to see a bounty system change. Now, I don't know if that calls for a full redesign, so I didn't do that. I didn't say that. But I want to have all the bounties in the game give credits and the ability to use multiple bounties at a time. The reason I like that better is because this will allow you to put on multiple bounties and actually try to go through them and actually use this system and try to benefit from it. I also think it'll be nice to have all the bounties give credits, because then you can reinvest those credits into your crates. You can get more items, get more scrap. It's just a reinvestment tool. I think it's a really good way to snowball the addiction to wanting to play the game. If I'm playing the game, I'm doing the bounties, I'm getting the credits, I'm buying the crates, I'm getting better value. I think overall the game can become very synergistic off of a few changes, and that's one of them. So number 8, improved spectator mode. This is something we've definitely been kind of wanting since even pre-launch. And ultimately, the best thing I can say is clear the clutter up at the bottom. There's all those, controller button options. That's something a spectator does not need to see. And I'd love to see a live mini-map on the screen for Escalation. I think that could be really cool. So number 9, I've done a video on this as well. Ranked Master / Challenger tiers. Something Ashes called was the Allfathers rank. I think that could be really cool if you set Diamond to 1, 2, and 3, and then have either like a top 200, top 500 exclusive rank that everybody is trying to fight to get into. And once you're in it, you can either climb in it, you can, fall down in it, or you can actually get kicked out of it, go back to the Diamond. So I think that could be a really, really, really addicting thing for the game. It's almost necessary. Like, I think it would really, really drive ranked, assuming there's elo, assuming it's all, developed properly. So number 10, and then the next 2 are the ones that are really unlikely. I even put unlikely in my list. Number 10, a kill cam / replay feature in the game. I think it's really cool. People love to look back at their clips, and yeah, you can do that with Xbox, but it'd be really cool to do that in the game client itself, or just to see your kill cam after you die. It's possible you can be like, wow, that was bullshit. You want to watch it back, so that could be really cool. So number 11, gear / gun stickers added to microtransactions. Now, this is something I talked about pre-launch as well. I always thought it would be really cool not just to have gun skins, not just to have character skins, but to actually have stickers. I mean, it's a third-person game. Like, I could put a sticker on my character's back right shoulder, and I would actually see it, If this was a first-person game, you wouldn't get that. I think it'd be really cool to add stickers. Now, this is amazingly unlikely, but it could be really cool. Maybe something for future titles. If they decided to ever go in that direction. Could be really cool for microtransactions and esports as well, so just a thought. Number 12, person with the most points picks the gun / change the value of caps and brakes. Now, this has been an issue to me. It's just weird. In Escalation, the person who is the person that just steps in and out of hills the most ends up having the most points, and they have a lot of influence on the game. Now, that doesn't always correlate with the best person on the team, because sometimes those people are just stepping in and out of hills. They're being helpful, but I haven't always seen a direct correlation with those people being the best on the team, and sometimes it just makes the games a little weird because everybody at the very start of the game, instead of going for map position, goes for hill points. So it's just a little wonky. I'd like to see a change there. I think it could definitely smoothen out the online experience of Escalation ranked. So number 13, I would love to see a system similar to H1Z1 where you can back your matches prior to it with a bet and essentially use some of your credits and say, like, hey, at the beginning of the game, maybe there's 3 options. There's like, I don't know, 100, 150, and like 300 or 200. And at the beginning of the game, you can bet on your team to win or lose. And if you win, you get like some kind of a return off that. And if you lose your credits. I mean, it's something super simple. I mean, super simple in terms of the thought, may be really hard to develop. I don't know if it's even possible, but it could be really cool. I mean, you'd be betting your credits. It's just another way to kind of drive the addiction. Like, hey, like, I look at these teams, I think, me and my party of 2 or whatever are gonna, win this game. It could be cool to bet on it. So who knows? You never know. Number 14, something I can't believe isn't in the game. I'd love to see it. It would be really, really fun. Is a free-for-all playlist. I mean, simply put, I would love to play free-for-all Gears of War. It would be really, really cool. Number 15, I'd love to see us get rid. I mean, I know this is a bit extreme, so kind of an unlikely one as well, but I'd really like to see us get rid of some of these unnecessary playlists or just kick them to social entirely, get them really out of the way. And to me, that's Warzone, Guardian, Dodgeball, Arms Race. I know 2 of those are new, but honestly, they're just kind of useless. They're fun, and so I definitely think it'd be cool to jump into a social and vote on them and play them, but I feel like they're just kind of randomly thrown into ranking, and they have their own rank and they're in core, and it's just weird. So that's my opinion. Number 16, definitely something I want to see, especially with a new ranked mode and a reason to play the game. End of season rewards. It could be really, really cool to get an emblem or get a weapon skin or get a character that is specifically because you were Diamond for Season 1 or because you were Master for Season 1. So something like that could be really cool. Number 17, I'd love to see more incentives for re-ups. I mean, other than just gaining credits and getting the little emblem, I don't really see a reason to do it. So it's a really cool system that's in the game because it gives you something to play for, but at the same time, it also doesn't give you something to play for. So maybe a weapon skin or a character that has the emblem on it with that same color or something. I don't know. I don't really know what it could be, but I would love to see some incentives. Maybe it just gives you 5 crates or something. I have no idea, but some more incentives for re-ups. Number 18. And this one's a little weird, but I think it could be really fun. A ranked 1v1 playlist. So same ranking system, elo-based system if they were to design it, but I'd love to see it similar to 2v2 boxes on just like a little arena map. And I think that could be really popular for streaming and for YouTube videos, just to, see how far you can push yourself as a 1v1 player. Hell, it might even pick up steam on game battles, you never know. So I think that could actually be really, really interesting. Number 19, and this doesn't have much to do with the game, but it also does at the same time. I'd love to see a better relationship between the devs and the community, and just ultimately more transparency. I want to have, just a better relationship with the people that are, in charge of the whole thing. And this kind of ties into number 20. Number 20, more frequent updates from the devs. I want to see more dev blogs. I want to hear what they're thinking, what's in the pipeline, what they're working on. Give us a dev stream, etc., etc. And the final one, number 21, I want to see separate queues for ranked, for solo/duo queue, and full 5 teams. It's just, it is kind of a problem. It's a problem that gets pushed back a little bit just because of the fact that the ranking system as a whole kind of doesn't really do anything, but ultimately if we had a solid ranking system, it would be a big problem if I'm solo queuing and finding teams of 4 and teams of 5. So I think it could be cool to have separate queues. I don't know that the ranked one or the team one would get used as much, but that's actually not that big of a deal because when teams do queue up, you have a place to go and it doesn't hurt the game and it doesn't hurt the player base. So those are my thoughts, guys. That's a listing. So, and like I said, I know a few of those are pretty unlikely, but I really just wanted to share my opinion. So thank you guys so much for listening. If you have listened all the way to the end, please do not leave without leaving a like. And if you have any ideas or any wishes that you want for the future of the game or for a possible addition of the series, let me know in the comments below. All right, peace.